I'm Adriano Ercolani for Cinema Daily US. First of all, thank you for the interview. My first question is, of course, this series is based on Waiting to be Heard, the Amanda Knox memoir book, and Amanda participated in the producing and in the realizing this series. So, how do you work in order to find the balance between the reality of the events and the need to make some part of the story of some characters a little bit more fictional in some way?
Sure. I'd researched. Amanda is a font of memory and information, but she can only speak to her experience. It was really, really important to me and to the writers and to the producers to present multifaceted points of view. That meant doing copious amounts of research, reading the story from other people's perspectives and angles. The ubiquitous media coverage, I dived into that. I dived into court documents and police reports. And so I was able to really see the humanity and see the characters more dimensionally than I would from just reading from Amanda's perspective. And it was really important that we, in examining, what the show examines is the anatomy of bias. Yes. Which is a very human thing. It's our fallibility, our frailty, our entrenched beliefs that we bring with us into a scene, whether it be a crime scene or a court scene or a family scene. And in order to draw those characters distinctively, I absolutely needed to dimensionalize them.
Yes.
And there were no, but there was no, in the question, I think that there might have been, did I have to manipulate things for dramatic purposes? There was no we were not short on drama in the real retelling of the story, in the true retelling of the story.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Every episode starts with a prologue that shows the backstory of the main characters. And it's shot and edited like a little bit of a twisted tale flavor. Can you talk about the choice of starting every episode with maybe not a lighter, but definitely a tone that really recalls something like Amélie, the favorite Amanda movie?
I think, when I came to this story, I didn't have an opinion about Amanda. I knew her as through the moniker that big media gave her, which was Foxy Knoxy, which was a maligning name assigned to her. So Foxy Knoxy was how Amanda was known. It was important for me to reintroduce Amanda Knox to the world. And I wanted to reintroduce her as the girl before we came to know her. Before she was defined by a crime that she didn't commit, and before she was defined by being a falsely imprisoned person, and before she was defined by someone who was trying to reach out to her prosecutor and mend fences and come to human understanding. Amélie was a way to show her hope, her romantic view of the world, her charming willfulness, to see things to see people as more connected than they really were, or to see things as more beautiful than they might have been. It was really a way for the audience to get to know Amanda before this all happened to all of these people.
And one last question. Can you talk a little bit about, did you say to edit the series? Because I think going back and forth in time in order to show a little bit what happened on the night of the killing of Meredith, I think it creates tension, it creates dramatic line to follow. So can you talk about the editing?
We had extraordinary editors, brilliant editors, and it's always I find, through my time on This Is Us, I learned that telling stories of the past through the lens of wiser characters in the present just adds heft and perspective and dimension. I was really, really attracted to that. And I think that in order to understand the danger, both psychologically, emotionally, and existentially, that Amanda was feeling in her return to Italy in the year 2022, we needed to edit it. We needed to juxtapose it with the scarier moments of her imprisonment, and confrontations with Manini, and the things that would represent how trauma lives inside of us as something that's always very present, even if we're years away from the moment that the pain was inflicted.
And I think the 2022 storyline separates us from just a straight up true crime in 2007, right? That uniquely was a journey against her family's better wishes, was a journey that Amanda felt she must go on if she ever was going to have any sense of freedom. And so for us as filmmakers and KJ as a storyteller, that allowed us, I think, to have an entirely different way of looking back as we open in 2022, looking back at those events. That narrative drive really, really, I think, separates us from a lot of other content that's out there, or how others may have approached this.
Yeah, and definitely close the circle also for Amanda as a human, as a whole human being, and taking over all the story. I think my time is wrapped. So thank you very much for the interview.